Okay, students, so we are going to move into our next writing unit, which is going to be personal narrative. Now let's review some of the writing we've done already. So we've done informational writing. That's when we did our biography. Informational writing is we have an introduction paragraph, we'd had our body paragraph with facts and details, and then we had our conclusion paragraph. Remember, this was our hamburger that we made. Then most recently, we did opinion writing. Opinion writing was our Oreo writing. We stated our opinion, we gave reasons with supporting evidence and examples, and wrote a conclusion. Now we're going to move into narrative writing. Narrative writing looks a little different. Narrative writing has a beginning, middle, and end to the story. We're going to get into more detail here, but I'm going to show you an example of what narrative writing looks like. If we look at this story here, the story is called Lost. So I'm going to go ahead and read this story, and we're going to see what we notice about it. Okay? My mom and I were finally on our way to visit my cousins at a beach house in California. I had been waiting. Wait a second. You know how to read. I'm not going to finish reading this story. You're going to finish reading this story and tell me what you notice. Okay, so you have the ability to read this passage. Now, it's going to look a little different since we've got some kids at home and some kids in school. So, if you're in school, your substitute teacher has the piece of paper for you. You're going to work together with a partner and decide what makes a personal narrative. So, you should have this piece of paper. It's the story Lost. You're going to read it and look at what you notice. I want you to think about these questions. What makes this a personal narrative? What point of view is it in? What elements did the story have? What makes this text different from the opinion and informational writing we've done before? So, see what you notice. You and your partner can go through and highlight and then share together. Then, on this page, you will identify what elements actually make narrative writing, and you can check it. Now, if you are at home, you are not going to have this piece of paper. You're going to only be able to read it from right here. So you can zoom in, read this, and same thing. Ask yourself, what makes this a personal narrative? And then check yourself on the slide below, the pink slide, and see what does make a personal narrative. Now, the next step is the task cards. So again, if you are in school, the substitute teacher has the task cards for you. You're going to work together with a partner to identify if each one of these is a personal narrative or not. So you're going to ask yourself, a story about the time I went fishing. Is that a personal narrative or not? If you have already checked yourself with this, you know what elements make a personal narrative. So you can understand if this would be a personal narrative or not. So you're going to go through each of these and you're going to record it on this recording sheet. Now, I know that there's a second part to this called punctuating dialogue task cards. You do not have to do these parts, okay? I just want to focus on the personal narrative task cards. So you can record your answers here and check yourself. If you are at home, you can write this down on a separate piece of paper, and in each 1 through 24, you can write yes or no, and then check your answers down below. Okay? Have fun today.